And basically what we are doing here is that we are having an oversight conversation. And this conversation is basically trying to look at the impact of resources that are coming to the county, to the people of this particular region. And this is an exercise that we are doing from the Office of the Senator for Migori, because it has been very fundamental to us to be able to understand the usage of resources of the county in these communities. From the areas that are key tickets of expenditures in the county government. One being pending bills. People who have been doing works in the counties that have done supplies or some kind of contracts in the county, whether they're getting paid or not, and these people are within our communities. There is the issues of human resource and payroll that we are looking at. People are employed in the county, whether it is being done effectively, and we're also looking at the issues of development in general, all sort of development. And what we're basically trying to do here is to be able to see whether people are getting value for money, people are getting employment as they're supposed to get in the county, people are getting development as they're supposed to get them in the county. And there are some highlights that we have had because we have been doing this thing in a number of counties. We just in a number of sub-counties. Of course, there are some major highlights that we have seen. One of them is that big challenges that seem to be coming from the area of health. There is a general understanding or general feeling among the people and understanding to us as an office that a number of hospitals are still lacking medicine. I think that has been a very, very major issue, and we will look at how we can be able to follow up with the county government to see how those areas that are lacking medicine, whether it is be it dispensary or health centers, some we are also hoping that can be upgraded in some of these areas. So for instance, in Keancha, and then there's also a general feeling around roads. I think that with the coming of El Nino, there has been a very serious effect on the roads within the Migori County. A number of them needs to be repaved, and a number of them also need to be redone or recarpeted in some ways. So these are why we're doing this exercise, is so that we can be able to know the gaps that are in the county and the challenges that we can be able to guide. Our work is not to implement on development, but our work is to guide the county government on how do they place capital in terms of helping the people. So the aftermath of this exercise is first of all to be able to inform the Senate whether the money that is coming to the county is being used effectively, and more importantly, to be able to inform our utterances or our oversight role and our guidance to the county government on where they should be placing more resources and stressing on those issues that are important, even as they review their annual development plans as well as their CIDPs over the years. I think there's always a jittery feeling, especially among governors, that when you come to do oversight, basically following up on the money that you have fought for in the national level, because it's the senators who fight for these monies at the national level to ensure, first of all, that we have got the correct allocation. Like right now, we are combining efforts with the Council of Governors to make sure that in this year we can be able to add up to 450 billion to counties. Representation, oversight, and then legislation is a core component of our role as senators to be able to make these counties effective. And therefore, it's just an issue of attitude and also an issue of politics that some people might think that is a political witch hunt from the senators to the governor, which is not. It's just being able to ensure that governors give our people services and give value for money for which we keep on fighting for in the national coffers to come down here. As far as I'm concerned, Migori County, we have fought and made sure that up to November, and the last exchequer release, which was November, was 709 million. Because I personally went and fought for it and brought it to into the county. And we do this through the committee that I'm in, the CPIC. We sometimes spend a lot of hours fighting with the ministry, the CEC of Finance and his team. And also in the Finance and Budget Committee where I sit, the chairman, Ali Roba, is always very strong to be able to ensure that the disbursements are coming. So right now in Migori County, as far as I'm concerned, the money that hasn't come, which I think the hiccup has been because of Christmas and holiday, is the money for December. That one hasn't come. And that's why I'm going back to Nairobi and making sure that it comes. And I know that tomorrow we are also finishing this month, so it will be December and January. That I think that is in order for us to be able to get those. And I think we've done exemplary well, because in the past I used to hear that you could even have 6 months or sometimes even 7 months without exchequer releases coming to counties. So I think for us as senators and myself in particular, Chinua Achebe said that there used to be a lizard that fell from the iroko tree, and then when it fell, it did not break its back. So when it didn't break its back, nobody praised it. And then he praised himself that, hey, if I came from that iroko tree and I didn't break my back, I'm very strong. So even me as a senator, if I fought for the money for the county to come here, actually right now the exchequer releases that have come to the county are 11.3 billion that have basically so in the last financial year and this financial year that are coming to the county. And it's constantly important that I make sure that they're being used properly. And the most important people in leadership in the country that must be alert, that must work with us very closely, is the MCS, because they are on the ground. That every issue that people have raised here, people have raised so many issues here that I've taken notes of. The people who can verify and be able to say that this road has not been done, this hospital does not have medicine, this ECD has not been completed. The people who I personally rely on very strongly, who I want to work very close with, are the MCAs in the county.
Kwanza nataka kushukuru Bwana Senator, maana Wakuria walikuwa wanasema tangu achaguliwa hajai rudi kutembea. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru Mungu ya kwamba leo tumemwona macho kwa macho akifanya kazi ya Oversight, akiangalia zile pesa ametoa kutoka national government zimeingia kwa county ya Migori vile sinafanya. Tunashukuru, tunafurahi. Mahala pale ambapo pana utepetefu tungeomba afanye Oversight yake nzuri sana.
So kwa upande ya kazi ya governor, hii miaka yake ambayo ilipita ya kwanza tuliona, na senator pia anasema pesa ambayo alituma kwa hii county yetu ilikuwa 11.3 billion. Sasa hii 11.3 billion, watu wa Migori, mimi nitauliza kama Omondi, mkaaji wa Migori, hii pesa tujaona chenye ilitufanyia kama watu wa Migori. About pending bills nitaongea kidogo. Mimi Omondi, mimi ni contractor, nilifanya kazi. Ukiingia pale Nyamasare nilijenga choo, nilipewa na watu education. Saa hii ni miaka 2 sijalipwa pesa yangu. Niko na watoto napeleka shule, watoto wanafaa wasome, pesa yangu already iliingia kwa hiyo site. Choo already iko karibu kuja. Oversight, mimi naona kama Senator Eddy ameanza hivi ni vizuri sana. Tena ni vizuri sana kujua pesa za Migori ambazo zinatumwa kutoka national government zinatumika kiasi gani ama zinatumika kivipi.